I'm gonna say that they do a tradition in Leaf. After every year the academy ends, they do a little song thing. They do someone to sing. And Iruka's choosing someone from his class, and says it's the graduate class. All the girls go for all the girls say Sasuke, but he needs to hear Sasuke singing. And Sasuke's is like, just to say Sasuke's is not too good. Sasuke doesn't like singing. Christian, on the other hand, is awesome. He says, alright, I guess you'll be doing it at the top of the Hokage Tower. You're gonna need a microphone too. He goes, alright. They say, that was awesome! He says, so then when he gets to the top, he says, this implies to... When he starts, he presses the mic a couple of times and says, alright people, this means nothing. I do not like anyone, so this song is just because I like it. It sounds amazing. He goes, okay. He said, then he pulls out his banjo. Well, actually, then the music starts to play. And they haven't heard the song yet. Then all the fangirls go cray-cray, and they're trying to go up there. Then all the fangirls go all weird, and then they instantly move away from Sasuke. Even you know, and everybody liking the song. He goes. Then every couple kind of goes together, and he goes. Then out of nowhere, I think about only count. There's Ashura, Hagoromo, Urashiki, Kinshiki, Momoshiki, Tomura, what was his name again? Oh yeah, Toneri, and that's it. And then they see, and everyone, and Kakashi, when he sees this, he bows down and says, "Say to success." He says, "Why are you guys here?" He says, they say, "We're here to watch our nephew." He says, "Who is it?" He says, "He's up there, singing." He says, then he says, "That's him?" He goes, "Yes, please don't tell anyone about this." Then they transform into normal humans. Then they watch it. Then he jumps to the sky. Then he stops the song and says, "Let me get 2 of my friends up here to help me out with this." Naruto, Sasuke, you mind coming up? They both jump down, and then they all go. Then all the fangirls go, all 3 of them. Naruto is like nervous to the bone, so is Sasuke, but they eventually start dancing. But he's doing the singing and the dancing as well. La dee la la dee dee, what's going on? Think of you. Then he says, "Can we get all my classmates up here?" The entirety of the class of Iruka's class, and even Iruka jumps in on it. Then they all go. Then he starts to dance around going. Gonna think of you. He says, this is the then he says, it's the final. He says, now it's time for the final. Everyone claps loudly and happily. They go, woohoo!
Chocolate, please. And a sweet tea, a vanilla cone, and one baked apple pie. Thanks. Through the seasons,
when it starts, he gets ready, and everyone knows what the song is, and they're like, well, he does love the song. Kagurama says, I remember this. And all the class knows, and all the sensei are like, this is an old song. These kids actually like it? Two. Now before you get too much copyright, he stops it and says, well, that's it, and we're gonna do one more. Also, I don't want copyright, so I'm gonna do it. So he goes, he takes a big deep breath, and they say, you guys ready? Everyone in the class goes, yeah. He goes, everyone pulls out an instrument. Most of them going, everyone pulls out a guitar except for Christian, and he's got his singer, he's got his mic. Then he goes, none of the fangirls know, none of the girls in the class know what the hell's going on. Only the boys know what the song is. While it's playing, he wields around his energy axe. Kinshiki says, I taught him well. He says, this is the final song, and y'all, this might be sad. It might be a tiny bit sad. He goes, no, please, no. Hold on, give me a sec. He goes, throw me a tiny bit sad. He goes, Hagoromo remembers and says, he sings this when he's sad most of the time.
I usually don't speak on shit like this. Ain't nobody else saying shit. Hey, they said check it to 10. I usually have an answer to the question, but this time I'm gonna be quiet. This time, ain't nothing like the feeling of uncertainty, the eeriness of silence. This time it was so unexpected. Last time it was the drugs he was lacing. All legends fall in a making. Sorry, truth, dying young, demon youth.
Then everyone starts disappearing from him.
Was the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21. I've been going through paranoia, so I always gotta keep a gun. Damn, that's the world we live in now. Yeah, hold on, just hear me out. They tell me I'ma be a legend, I don't want that title now. 'Cause all the legends seem to die out. What the fuck is this about? I'm trying to make it out. I'm trying to change the world. I'm trying to take her out. I'm trying to take you, girl. More importantly, I'm trying to change the world. Maybe flex with some diamonds and pearls. Yeah. I usually have an answer to the question, but this time I'm gonna be quiet. This time, ain't nothing like the feeling of uncertainty, the eeriness of silence. This time it was so unexpected. Last time it was the drugs he was lacing. All legends fall in a making. Sorry, truth, dying young, demon youth.
Then Kakashi thinks about Obito and Rin, saying that they didn't make it past 21 at literally.
My mind is foggy. I'm so confused. We keep on losing our legends too. The cruel cold world, when is it coming to? The end of the world, is it coming soon?
Some people start to get sad, saying that they shouldn't, that it's kind of very sad. Then he smiles and says, well, too bad. That'll never happen, because the Shinobi world will keep on going as long as I live. I will protect this village with my life. Then he goes, then he takes a big breath. He goes, he goes and breathes a huge breath, going. He goes, get ready, everyone. They all stomp their feet, going. Except it's not time yet. They all stomp their feet.
Hey, a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Get up. First shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking. And this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway. And we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for myself.
Trust me, M-I-N-D-E-E-K-E-N-T-E. Trust him.
Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the full track. Bustin', halfway across that city with the back. Crush it. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Then they all go,
Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling.
I'm sorry, did he say fight or find? This is the moment, and that is the night. We'll take till it's over, till we put our hands up. Ceiling can hold us.
Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll
Ah, flip. Yeah, whatever, I'll play it. I don't care about copyright. Screw copyright. I don't care.
damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go nuts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat up with them off heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like you gave a little speed.
Alright, well I already got enough copyright, even though I literally just said I don't care about copyright, god damn it. So, back at the Otsutsuki village. When he finishes, they all clap, and then he leaves. Flying along, then he reaches the border of the village with Urashiki, Hagoromo, Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Ashura. Ashura says, "That was awesome," he says. "Okay, look, that took away all of my confidence that I've ever had. So let's just get going." He says, "Holy crap, I just pulled my finger up all the way. Holy. That's insane." And then he also has his headband, his new leaf headband, going. Then they fly back to the Otsutsuki village. He goes, "Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. Fight till it's over." How's that even possible? Whatever. So then when he makes it back to the Otsutsuki village, it's just over. He goes right back. Beating them all to the village, going, "I am first." Then he goes straight to sleep, no talking. He says, Urashiki says, "Who wants to see Christian punch Sakura through a wall, through trees? Say I." Momoshiki and Kinshiki say I. Toneri says, "You guys need to stop. That's kind of messed up." He goes, "Yes, but these humans kind of deserve it because of what," he says. "It's not really messed up because they kind of stabbed, because they almost all killed them." He goes, "So yeah." He said, then they finally get bored of it. He says, Christian gets really then he sees in the morning that that Urashiki, Momoshiki, and Kishiki are complaining. They're like, there's nothing to do. He says, then go on GodTube. Become a GodTuber, I don't know. Record your daily life, just don't show your face. Edit yourself out. He says, I'll do the editing, just make your damn videos, Urashiki. I don't care. Just enough for you guys to stop complaining. I have to leave, though. And heads off to the Hidden Leaf Village. And flies off. At top speeds, he makes it there in under 5 minutes. He reaches the academy, and then he names teams. Everyone is always saying How does he do it? How did he have that much confidence to go sing of the entire village? He goes, well, I don't know. He goes, I don't know. Then Iruka says, settle down, class, it's time to choose our team. It's time for you to pick for the team selections. He says, Team 7, Naruto, Uzumaki, Sasuke, Uchiha. Everyone already gets freaking angry going, why does he get to be on Sasuke's group? Then Sakura Haruno, he goes, why does she get on his group as well? Then he says, next, he says, also on Team 7, an additional person, Christian Otsutsuki. He goes, bring my he says, yay, I'm on a good team. He says, besides, they say, Sakura's so lucky. She gets to be on the team with the best fighters in the class, besides Naruto, who is completely crap. Christian creates a rod, a energy rod, and says, want to repeat that? He says, you can't do anything with that. He says, anyone here have a special Kekkei Genkai? One of them says, yes. He goes and latches it, cuts right through them, and goes, it doesn't kill them, and then he steals it from them, and goes, oh, no, and just eats that Kekkei Genkai. Then, now he has it. He says, mine now. He says, my Kekkei Genkai now. He goes, if you guys come closer then he's backing up a little bit because he's bored. And Naruto's giving Sasuke a death stare. Then they do their little kiss scene. He goes, shoot. Well, that's my fault. He goes, damn right it is. Now I'm gonna get beat the crap out of. He says, so what? Then Christian remembers something funny. When they were doing Who Would You Protect If the Moon Was Falling. He's actually been there, if you think about it. He's been there since when Naruto wrote down Sakura, Hinata wrote down Naruto. All the fangirls said that they'd save Sasuke. Sasuke says that he'd save his... I don't know what Sasuke wrote down. I'm gonna say that he wrote his brother. Even though he says... And Christian says that it wouldn't... He'd protect everybody from it with his energy axe. He says... And then when Iruka reads them out to read who had the nicest answer, he goes, no, we're not gonna get enough good grade on this. And everyone thinks that they're not gonna get a good grade. He says, Naruto Uzumaki, you wanted to protect... He says, please don't say it, Sensei. He goes, fine, I won't say it. He says, then he goes to the final one, which is Christian Otsutsuki. He says, who's this? He says, oh, Christian, I guess you're pretty smart. He says, that's a really good one. He says, let me guess, he chose his crush in the class. He says, nope, he chose everybody, and also he said that he'd just destroy the moon. If possible. If wanted to, he'd destroy the moon. Christian remembers that flashback. Then Iruka's snapping in his face going, wake up, wake up, wake up. Then he sees Naruto being beat the crap out of. He goes, whoa, God, that is ruthless. Hey, that's awful ruthless. Nah, then out of nowhere they stare at Christian going on. He goes,
meals and moments.
he goes, then all the girls go in the class. I'm gonna pretend like they're like the circuit table voice. They go, come on. And what they mean is like they've been trying to get Sasuke for so long. Then Christian goes, "My name is Christian Otsutsuki."
Won't be working the breakfast shift. This job had no prerequisites. Does that mean I should have been hesitant instead of just accepting it? 'Cause I'm digging up a couple skeletons with artificial intelligence. I'd better quit now to this. Nope.
Alright, you know what, let me skip this. Let me do the place again and you'll see. So, the girls, thinking that they can scare him by acting all soulless. He goes, he goes,
My name is Egg, Benedict, but I won't be working the breakfast shift. This job had no prerequisites. Does that mean I should have been hesitant instead of just accepting it? 'Cause I'm digging up a couple skeletons with artificial intelligence. I'd better quit now to this. Nope, I can't now, too late. This elevator's going down to my grave underground. Look around on the town, can escape. Freaking out, I'm how many hours away? Oh, feels like I've been down here for days. This free pizza about chicken wings. Not gonna lie, not proud of the pay.
"Hey, boss, how about a raise? And a kid of God with the evil face. Nothing bound like a slave. Counting dancing out of place. It's just a bad baby. Nothing that. Help you out? Yes, you can. We'll show you." And he's also flying, and they're doing like the chasing thing that Circus Baby does, and he's flying around the village.
Anybody been renting you? Welcome, eggs, I guess you're new. Yep, just got here. Can I get the scoop? Sure you can. I'll get you through. My simple guidance should make sense to you. Don't need a
He goes, "Ah." I say, "Wow, you actually knew that?" He goes, "Yes, that took a while to memorize, though." Then, one day, someone controls Hiruzen to make him do well, actually, Inoichi they knock him out because they think he's suspicious. Why isn't Otsutsuki in the Liz village? Then they do the back to the past and see all he's done. All of that, what they do, and how people actually did attack them, but they erased their memories. Then he says, "Make the Leaf Police Force go after them." He says, "Now." They send all kinds of Leaf Police Force at him when he's walking into the village. He goes, then he runs away. He goes, he goes, "Shoot."
Same ingredients, same great taste. Get 38% more with full.
He has to run from the police force. Out of nowhere, he feels something. He senses some chakras coming towards him. Fast. Then he gets an idea, and he's at the top of the school, exactly. I mean, he's at the top of the school, which is really, really tall, actually. It's like UA. He goes, then he hangs off the bars of it, and they say, "Kid, don't go anywhere, surrender." He goes, falling off. Then Urashiki grabs him, and then they fly off. He goes, he says, "That was awesome." Then they fly home. He says, "Well, you can't be getting caught." He says, "Look, he knocked me out. They knocked me out, put me into the past jutsu. Now we're screwed." He says, "I don't think I can return." He goes, "Why can't we just be accepted that we're part of the Otsutsuki clan?" He says, "I mean, why don't we just reveal ourselves and then that'll be perfectly fine." He goes, you know, that is pretty smart. If we do reveal ourselves, they're not really going to do anything to us. They really kind of can't, unless they create some serum that they stick into us. That makes us not able to go. That makes us, like, suppresses our powers. Then the Otochikis wait at the gate for some, like, then they call for the third Hokage. He goes, Lord Third! Then he arrives and they say, we come to expose ourselves. He goes, okay, and he says, he says, we have to take you in to the Leaf Village Hospital so they can examine you to make sure you have nothing secret in you. Or have any illnesses that can take into Leaf Village. When they do this, they all get checked and they all get injected with something. Except for Christian, because he's already trusted in the Leaf. Then, at nowhere, he hears breaking in the room. He goes, what the? Then he sees all of his family getting beaten up by all the Ambu. He says, what the? Then kicks down the door. Then he goes, then he creates a Rasen bomb, killing them all. He says, so, you really injected them with that stuff, so then it would make them weak, so then you could capture them, huh? He goes, the third Hokage definitely planned this. Then he hears a giant bang on his door. He goes, oh, what? He says, what could that be? Then someone kicks down the door. It's Christian with his Rinnegan active. He goes, then he grabs the third Hokage by the shirt, saying, what the hell is this plan? Injecting us with some kind of medicine that makes us weaker, huh? Then the Ambu rush in, and then he destroys. Then the Ambu rush in him. He goes, Shinrai Tensei. He goes, almighty poosh. Then exploding the Hokage office, with all of them falling back. He goes, then he sees that their blood is slowly draining. Then he heals the injury out of them, throwing it out. Then getting rid of all the injections, so then they can fight normally. He says, this stupid, pathetic village. I knew we couldn't trust them. He goes, look, now that all the Ambu are dead, he says, we're gonna have to teach this. He says, whatever, just leave them, just head back to our village. You don't know where we live. Then he says, alright guys. Then he teleports in and they say, did you hear that explosion? He goes, maybe I caused it. The third, he says, Sasuke Iruka grabs him saying, did you cause this? He says, maybe. Then he grabs Iruka's hand and says, watch your tone, mortal. Then throws him to the left against the wall. He says, you should respect a god. Then Urashiki appears. He says, hello class, I'm Urashiki Otsutsuki. I'm not here to hurt you. But he goes,
This is it, Saiyans. For the sake of our most glorious project, you will die today!
they all get scared. He goes,
Calling you the opening act is a weak metaphor. It's much more like, you're just the appetizer. That's right. But while you've trained to
you head but degree. You see nothing more than a larger being. Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black.
This is it, Saiyans. For the sake of our most glorious...
Then Christian charges up his full power and goes,
You will die today! This is it,
Saiyans, for a month of our most glorious project. You will die today! He says, kidding, just did that to look badass. He says, but Iruka, never grab me again. They've already left the village, why can't you just leave my clan alone? They don't do anything wrong. If anything, they defend the shinobi world. Then he reports to the Hokage office that they're pretty innocent, but they don't really do anything. He says, then he realizes something. He looked at Hagoromo, and he instantly bows down, saying that he sincerely apologizes. Because then he realized that he's the Sage of Six Paths. He says, "Oh, you idiots, bow down to your knees. This is the Sage of Six Paths." He says, "Are you sure it's not some sort of imposter?" Then the third Hokage instantly kills that Anbu member, saying, "Of course it is." Then they all bow down and say, "We're sorry for the attack." Really, Momoshiki wants to kill this guy for his Tony attitude and for them trying to even, but then they leave on good terms. So then Kakashi would come in to pick up his squad, Squad 7. He'd be late. Christian goes, "Ugh, so bored." Soccer says, "Christian, can you teach me how to fly?" He says, "Don't know how to teach. I only learn." He says, "Also, you need to have God power in you." She says, "Can you give me God power?" He says, "Hell no! Hell no, I ain't giving no one no power. Y'all get nothing." He says, "I've used 2 of my dojutsu this entire time. I haven't even used my 3rd. When Kakashi's ready, when Kakashi gets there, he says, "Hello." Then when it's time, then he does introductions. He says, "Hi, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be the future Hokage." "Hi, I'm Pink. This is trash. I love Sasuke. I wanna date him. He's gonna be mine. No one will ever mess with me. And I hate Naruto." And he says, "Wow." Then Sasuke goes, "What I have is not a dream because I'll make it a reality. I'm gonna restore my clan and kill a certain someone." And he has no likes or dislikes. He says, "Now you." He says, "I'm Christian Ototsuki. What I like is, I don't really have a lot of things I like. I like flying around with Urashika around the world. Dislikes, how annoying Urashiki is with Momoshiki and also Kinshiki when they watch that replay of me kicking Sakura through tons of trees." He goes, you had that recorded?" He says, "No, not really. I just showed them the genjutsu of it and they recorded it." He goes, "Now they won't stop watching it on repeat because I think it's hilarious how I kicked you through multiple trees." He goes, "I don't see how he says, "I don't even see how that's funny anymore. Like, I get it. I kicked you and Ina through 2 trees. Through multiple trees. Don't make it..." He says, he says, for his likes, he says, "What I like is..." Well, actually, I don't really like anything. Nothing's really that good everything's pretty fine in my life, but I don't really have a certain thing that I like about it. He says, "I mean, okay, I did just find..." She says, "Anything else?" He says, "Yeah, I actually do have a liking. I like when Hagoromo tells me stories about ninju. And also his story, and then Ashura always tells him about his stories in his battles." He says, "My dislikes are how annoying they are. They do get annoying. They're super nice, but they can get very annoying. Very, very annoying." He says, "Also, I have satisfaction in absorbing and releasing jutsu." He says, "Kakashi, would you mind shooting a fireball?" He goes, "Fire style, fireball." He says, "Hold on, wait, don't shoot it. How the hell does that work? You're wearing a mask." He says, "This is a mask that's fireproof. The fire goes through it because the holes." He says, "Probably much weaker." He shoots it and then absorbs it and then blasts it right back. 10 times bigger. He goes, "Ugh." Then he absorbs it and this time keeps it in his chakra form. He goes, much better." He goes, "I love learning new..." He says, "I also love blowing things up." He says, "I just have a fun satisfaction." He says, "I could show y'all." They go to a nice designated tree area. He goes, "Shinra Tensei." almighty poosh, then blasts everything away. Blasts all the trees. He says, that was fun. Then he says, what's your dream for the future? He says, my dream of the future is to have world peace, because it's kind of annoying. He says, finally a normal dream. Unlike the rest of y'all who are weird AF besides Naruto, but he's pretty weird because of his ramen addiction. He says Sakura's obsessed with Sasuke, and Sasuke's obsessed with revenge, and revenge is obsessed with Itachi, and Itachi's obsessed with Izumi, kind of, not full on. And Izumi's obsessed with Itachi, then Itachi is obsessed with revenge, and then is obsessed with Sasuke, then Sasuke is not obsessed about Sakura, but Sakura isn't obsessed with Naruto. And Naruto is obsessed with ramen. So it's like a giant connection. He says, I always love having a blast. Literally. Like, not even joking, not saying like a fun blast. Like, literally, I love having a blast. Like, I blast things. He says, well, don't eat or you'll puke. He says, yeah, right, I'm still eating. She says, but that's gonna break the rules. He says, so? Those who follow the rules and continue on their mission are scum. Sure, those who break the rules are scum. But, hey Kakashi, some inspiring words for ya. Those who leave their comment, who break the rules are scum. But those who abandon even one friend are worse than scum. Kakashi remembers Obito. He goes, "Ugh." She says, look what you did, you made Sensei cry. He goes, he's a jonin adult. Someone probably told that when he was a kid and made him sad, because then that person might have gone pew pew, went straight up or went straight down. He says probably went straight up. That's it for this part.